Hi, my name is Adrienne Ashley. I go by AJ, and this is my video for GRI 201. I identify as an African American or Black straight female. Throughout my childhood, I never really thought about my identity or, I just never thought about it. And it's crazy to me because there's a lot of people in our community, the African American community, and they think about their identity all the time and how it refers to their struggle. I was always someone who was too white for the Black kids and too Black for the white kids, so it just never really worked out. I'm originally from Denver, Colorado. I went to an all pretty much white, predominantly white school. And the children, they were not so accepting, as just lots of problems, not even just racism, but sexism. Women are viewed, they stay home, they cook, they're housewives. In my family, it's just me and my sister. My sister, she is a darker skin tone than me, and we always used to be questioned, are you guys really sisters? People would always say things like that, and she would she hated that she was darker than me, and I think that she resented me for it, because maybe she felt like I was treated better than her because my skin was lighter. She struggled with loving herself, her authentic identity. She had problems with it. She thought she wasn't beautiful, and she thought I was, and only because I had a lighter skin tone than her. It wasn't because I actually was. And I still think she struggles with it. Sometimes she makes some remarks, and now she's 22 years old, and it's girl, come on, let's move on. But I understand it, because that is what society has, chosen for her. They chose that a lighter skin tone equals better, and it shouldn't be that way, because it isn't that way. When I was younger, I went to a grocery store with me and my siblings and cousins, and it was cold outside. Colorado gets real cold, so we were wearing these big bulk jackets. And so we went to 7-Eleven, and we were buying Bubblicious bubblegum, because that was our favorite gum. And so we were in the store for probably about 5 minutes, and the clerk, or the person at the cash register, they were just take what you want and go before I call the cops. And we were like, what? What are you talking about? And he's like, I know you're stealing, just take it and go. I'm gonna call the police. And so we were just like, bro, we not taking nothing, but he assumed it because we were Black. So we just we bought the Bubblicious gum and we left. And so we went to this Mexican store and we bought Rockoletas. And we were probably in that store for about 10 minutes, and we come out, and we're crossing the street over to where the 7-Eleven is, but we're behind the building, and there's a police car behind the building, and we just start freaking out. We're he really called the cops on us. So we start running. We're just running down the street. The police car takes off. It starts following us, but we're just running, and we're like, what are we running for? We didn't do anything. We continue to run, because, ain't nobody got time for that. So we just kept running, and we were hopping fences and everything, and we finally made it home. I think we lost the cop. I don't know where he went, but we made it home. We told our stepmom, we told her everything that happened. The guy said that we were stealing. We weren't. She got pissed, and she was like, come on, let's go. And we were like, no, we're not going back to the store. And I'm crying my eyes out, I don't want to go to jail. And so she's like, no, let's go. So she makes us get in the car, and we all go to the 7-Eleven. And so she's like, can I speak to your manager? Oh, he comes out, and it's the guy who was harassing us, and he was like, they were stealing. The police officer comes back and he was like, I saw them running down the street. He tried to arrest us. We like all bawling our eyes out, like, why did you bring us here? And so she's like, okay, can we see the tapes? So he like goes back and replays the tapes, and literally we don't grab anything. And so she's like, so what did you assume they were grabbing, you know, stealing for? He was just silent. He was dead silent. He didn't say anything. He's just, that's what I thought I saw. And that isn't what happened. It's just, you know, we were shopping while being black. So, I mean, I guess that's a crime in white society, right? Throughout my time in this class, I've learned so much about other races and other sexual identities, and it really was an eye-opener. I'm really glad I decided to take the course, because it's just, it's great to get to know other races. You know, we talk about how white people won't, you know, come to know our society. They just like ignore the fact that, you know, non-whites. And so maybe, you know, it's time for the non-whites to unite, and, you know, we're not that different. We're not even that much different from the white people, honestly. They just make themselves different from us. And we're the same. We're all human, you know, and it's just kind of like, why are we different? Because we have a different skin tone, or because we're from a different continent, or because, you know, all of these things. It's so ridiculous. And, you know, and it's sad that racism probably won't ever end, but it is something that you should continue to fight for, because, you know, one less racist on the earth is better than anything, you know? It's just kind of like, why not? Let's stop, you know? In conclusion, I appreciate this class for all that it's taught me, and I appreciate all of you for sharing all of your stories and letting me share mine.